get us here onto as my cat flies all over the place, screaming. But
What is up, people?
yeah, now we're live, man. It's just a live today, people. It ain't specifically a we
Yo, yo,
outside.
yo.
This is just
We be live.
we're getting out here. We're gonna talk some stuff today.
Life
Thank
be life and
We're
man, life be
inside.
like that's for sure. But nah, man, I wanted to pop out with you guys today, and have some conversation, because I'm at a juncture right now where I've been promoting all week whether I should release Origin Story or We Outside next. And if I was going to take anybody's thoughts into consideration other than my own, well, I definitely needed to get with YouTube, because for those of you that don't know, a lot of the music that I've put together and I have ready to be released, 3 tracks already released out there: Letter to the West, Class of '99, and Abstemious. And then the next 2 we're going to talk about today have all been produced, mixed, engineered. Thoughts of Van has gone into specifically We Outside, and some other pieces of my music so far along the way. And every track that I've done this far, released thus far, including the 2 that we're going to talk about today, Origin Story and We Outside, have been all produced by the alien, my brother, my co-host, the dude over the pond in the UK. So I wanted to come out and have a conversation with you all today. I wanted to get outside in general with people, because I've promoted a little bit of my music here and there, but not really. So I just want to take the time to just get to let people get to know me as the artist as well, if they haven't had the opportunity to. And I wanted to kind of pick some of both of your brains as well, and kind of just see where it goes. I mean, whenever we go live, it's organic, it's authentic, and if you guys want, and you know what, Discreet, I know we talked about playing the live performance, my first ever live performance. Everybody sticks around at the end. We're gonna do that. It took me 2 weeks to watch that performance, but we're also
2 weeks.
2 weeks,
you were
bro.
Nervous about it or what?
Yeah, at first, Van, honestly, at first it was more like, because again, I mean, you and I have had this conversation about live performing, right? It's different than recording, getting up in front of people, making sure you're really fucking on point, right? And when I was done with it, the reaction that I had got from everybody in the crowd, coming off stage was just dope. And I don't know, something was telling me that I didn't necessarily need to watch it as much as I maybe wanted to, right? But then one day went, 2 days went, 3 days went. Then I got a little nervous. Discreet had watched it. Chelsea was there. Shout out to Hype Man 501, our boy here in Oklahoma City. He was there. Everybody's like, it was dope. But I don't know. Something just told me not to watch it. But I did. I was happy with it. So we're gonna do
watching
that.
yourself. I think that's natural.
Yes.
A little bit, anyway.
I would have to agree with you. But we're also, you know what we're going to do, Discreet? Because we're outside. We can do whatever we want, because we're running the show.
I keep flickering, don't I?
It's because disappearing.
If I'm going too close, I'm cutting off my head, so I'm coming back, which is probably causing the disappearance. So I'm trying to get it just right. I'll come in a little bit and lean down a bit.
It's all good. But we're going to watch the video to Letter to the West too, Discreet.
Definitely.
We're going to watch the video because we got Van here. For those of you that don't know, Van also shoots, edits, produces music videos, and he's dope at everything that he does. He's out in Milliken, Colorado, which is not too far outside of Denver, Colorado, for those of you not too familiar. But Van is dope. So we're I always give Van his flowers at the time. Flan. But we're gonna show Letter to the West to everybody out here today too. So why not? So I don't know. I don't even know what to expect today. Do you guys have any expectations?
Not at all.
No idea.
I've just hit the live link and it's
chilling, man.
Isn't it?
There you go. Well, where do you guys want to start? You wanna run because again, I wanted to get out here first and foremost about Origin Story and We Outside, right? that's the main meat and potatoes of today, and why we came here together today. So do we want to listen to one of them all the way through and then talk about it? Do we want to listen to one all the way through, start it a second time, start and stop through the second time? If y'all have any questions or thoughts that you want to share,
I reckon I would say we should do what you favor, Mike.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. Dan, do you have any thoughts or recommendations or advice?
Oh, we should definitely listen to them, but whether you want to talk a bit before them or listen to it and talk about them after, it's totally up to you.
I don't know. Van, what are your thoughts?
I say we throw on one of the tunes and then we chat about it. And then if something comes up where we need to go listen to it again, we can.
I like it.
I like it. All right. So here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to take both of your pieces of advice that you offered, and we are going to play We Outside first, because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And what's really funny about this track, before we do play it, I think I just had pretty much the verses, Van, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And when we had the conversation with you for We Outside, it was this morning or the day before, because we shot Letter to the West the morning that we did the We Outside live cast.
Right. That was the first one. Was that the first one?
You were our first official guest. Yes, you were our first, because Discreet and I had talked about, had got live the week before. You were our first official guest that Sunday. But then, we recorded We Outside, I think, the very next day. And it was funny because We Outside, it came together very quickly because I had a different idea for it. And then I made some changes because the We Outside thing was happening now with respect to the live cast. And it was funny because Van actually came out with the whole hook, chorus, whatever you want to call it, intro. It's the intro and then a bridge, right? Yeah, I mean, Van wrote that, and I was like,
awesome.
And Van was like, yo, you gotta like say it kind of like a little lower.
We should do something like outside, outside. And he's like, oh yeah. So that's how it came out.
It sounded so fucking dope. So I was like, yo, let's fucking try it, because truth be told, Discreet, I didn't want to do anything with what you did in that first 40. It was like 35-40 seconds of the track, right? Like I really liked the communication that you had to go back and forth. So I think that was the challenge for us, Van. What do we do to where we can kind of work around that and still fit that in? Because before we came up with that literally first 45 seconds, the eeriness of the beat and the music itself and the conversation being had between those two people, that was the basis and foundation of where I wrote the track from. So that was important for me,
right?
To have that in there. And I think with what you came up with, it fit perfectly. And bro, it came out dope. It came out so dope. And it's kind of become the subtle theme song of the We Outside live cast. So
it's so sick that it ended up. Did you name the name of the podcast after or before we recorded the song?
Oh, that's a good question. Discreet, do you remember? Oh, we lost Discreet. Well, we'll get Discreet back. So the way it goes, I actually originally called it, because Discreet, when he made the beat, like most producers, they name their beats, right? So
Alien Landing, right?
Yes, Alien Landing. And I'm Discreet's back. Let me get Discreet back on here.
Yeah,
we're good. So when Discreet sent me the beat, it was called Alien Landings, right? So I kind of already had in my mind and my thought that it had to.
It's very intergalactic.
Yes.
Right. The whole vibe. Yeah.
Very much so. So I actually named the track Alien Landings. And it was written. The whole thing was written, and then this We Outside thing happened because Illness. Shout out to Illness. Because Discreet wanted to name it. I don't forget what it was.
Probably something to do with a sample. I reckon.
Yeah. And then Illness was like, "Yo, We Outside." It just seemed simple. So then Illness on those first couple. We're getting a little feedback from you, Discreet, just so you know. A little choppiness.
You're popping, crackling, crazy.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That's all right. You're perfect. You're perfect. So then Illness came up with We Outside, and I was like, it just makes sense because that's really what it was going to be about.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
You're good
You're
now.
clear
Cool.
as day. And because we were just going to have authentic, real conversation. I think it's when you're moving around. When you're moving around, you got to sit still.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you're.
What is going on here?
I'm going to mute you respectfully. All right, he's muted, Van, while he gets that worked out, but he's still there. So then we came up with this thing, and then I just ended up saying We Outside had to be the track name. It is what it came down to for me. And so I rewrote it. I rewrote specifically the second verse to make it really work for what I wanted it to be. And that's how that all came together for We Outside.
Okay. So you and Illness came up with the idea for the podcast and decided to call it We Outside, and then you decided to change the name of the song to We Outside.
Yeah. Okay. Because for me it's an ode. It's an ode to both Discreet and Illness, and I think you'll pick up on that. But it just made sense for me for everything that we're doing at the time. Because Illness, I've known Illness for 20 plus years. I've always been with him and his recordings and him going through his processes. So he's always been an inspiration to me when it comes to music. And then Discreet, I linked up with Discreet through Illness, and he's been kind of my muse, honestly, because a lot of his beats are different. They're authentic. That's definitely what I am, who I am. I very much feel that's what my music is. It's still true to it. But it's my own thing. And so it just kind of seemed very fitting.
Am I
for
back?
me. Yeah, you're good.
I'm back.
All right. Don't move around.
I have got a bit of bad news though. Our internet seems to be playing up. That's probably the problem. So I've gone on to 5G, and I could be cut off at any point now, I think.
Fair enough.
But I will keep trying my Wi-Fi, see if it stabilizes. But I've just noticed that's
you're
the
all good.
problem.
Here's what I could do too, Discreet. If you're not talking, I can always mute you if it gets to be that bad. But we'll be okay.
Cool.
Let's just go anywhere, because I'm gonna mute you right now.
Yeah, it's just like constant.
We got to work that out, Discreet. We're gonna have to work that out, bro. Yeah, so it just made sense for me, Van, just to call it that and rewrite it. Because I literally had my inspiration and my muse right there with me through this process as well. So
hell yeah, man.
It's kind of seemed fitting. So any thoughts that you can share, kind of just going through the production process in general? Anything that what made you come up with that thought that we ended up coming up with for the beginning and intro, and ultimately what ended up being the bridge.
In the chorus, you mean?
Thank you. The chorus, yes.
I mean, obviously the name of the song was a huge inspiration, because I think from what I recall, we didn't even have a chorus at all, and you were just going to be like, it's just going to be an instrumental during this part. And I was like, well, that's kind of lame. Like, maybe we should make a chorus. And so I was just like, we outside. So I was just like, we outside, we inside. It was like, let's roll with something like that. And then it was just you and me back and forth, like writing the chorus on the spot. And then you came up with the rest of it, and I was like, this is it. This just makes sense, I think. And we just rolled from there. It was sick. So yeah, it was literally just all in the moment, on the spot. We wrote it like that.
It was dope.
And then it's so cool that it just ended up becoming the theme song to the podcast. And
exactly.
I'm excited for it to come out, because I think people are hearing it here and there when they're watching the podcast, but they can't go listen to it yet. So the fact that it will eventually come out is pretty sick. Little other cool note with this one was, out of all the songs we've done, this is the only song I actually did a full mix for, where I took all the individual pieces and actually did a full mix from start to finish versus just mixing your vocals over Discreet's beat. This one I actually did mix the whole instrumental and everything on it. It was like all of the pieces. I really dug this beat, I think, out of all of them, and I had all of the stems for it, and I was like, this is one I think like I'd have fun mixing. The other ones they all were solid, and so it was this one was like, I felt like all the pieces were really good, and I really wanted to give it a good shot at mixing it on my own, and I think it came out awesome. Like it's definitely one of my favorites as far as that we've done because of that, and because I was kind of part of writing the chorus, which is dope too. So yeah, I dig it, and then it becoming like your theme song is even cooler. So
yeah, it's it hits the spot. Discreet. What did you have any initial thoughts? I mean, you obviously knew and I listened, but like when I was going to the studio to put down, did you have any initial like thoughts, or you're just like, hey, let's just see what the fuck happened?
Well, I'm glad to hear just Van saying then it was a lot better having the individual stems. So I've said that to you before, haven't I? I'm sure Van would prefer it. You know, he'll have more options when he's got the stems separately. And exactly. Yeah, I was glad to hear that.
There was I think I had stems for a couple of the other songs.
Yeah.
It was like this one specifically was, I felt like it maybe needed a little bit more.
No, that's totally
sounded super good. Like I really loved the mix on Letter of the West, and I'm pretty sure that was one that I had stems for too, but I was just like, I don't need to do anything on this one. It just sounds good. No problem with it. But I felt like this one, Alien Landing, and turned into We Outside, I felt like I could maybe make it better. And I was like, all right, this is the one I can I've got all the stems for, and I think I can enhance this one some. And so I went and
that's good to hear.
Started into it, and it was like, all right, this is sounding better than your original mix. And I was like, all right, that's the only time I'm going to do it. Is if I can make it better, then I'm going to do it. But if it's going to take me
totally approve of that.
Days of mixing to try to get it as close or about as good as what you did, then there's no reason to do it. But this one just came together super easy, and it just sounded great. So that was the whole reason behind it, really. Me mixing it.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it came out, and yeah, fuck it. Enough talking about it. Y'all want to
let's play it,
and I'll play it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We Outside. Can y'all hear it?
Yep. Perfectly.
Any given time, we out here, you in there, you can find us any fucking where. We outside, you inside, you believe a monster lurks any given time. We don't believe out that. Here, you in there,
it can't be proved.
Find us
can't be disproved either.
Besides,
we know nothing about these people.
You inside, you can find us.
Is he a man or a monster?
We out here. You in there. You can find us.
Showtime. Answer to your question is monster for sure. As much as Paulie Walnuts leaving shore. Who got signed the stew got pussy seen as a whore. Consequences see deep when you inform. Don't you say we move like a pasta dish? In it for the culture, these two aliens. One's a beat maker and one's a lyricist. Find me one better shit's just ludicrous. Toothpicks and matchsticks compared to Bull Oak. Angela played it out and Murder She Wrote. started before the cipher. Yeah, I smell smoke. Cat piss inside pieces. Both will make you choke. We're not comedians. Got no jokes, nor are we here for your ego strokes. Y'all tones deaf, our tones low. Feeling froggy jumping, I promise you'll croak. We outside, you inside. You can find us any given time. We out here, you in there. You can find us any fucking where. Down with the illness. Yeah, let's run it back. Face was the moniker, and he'd unpack lyrics smoother and complex. Then did it fast. Furious to date with unlimited gas. With weed, we commune. Speak that truth. Had enough flame for a hot air balloon. Cross the silverback, no medium. Keep peeps like this. Experience Elysium. Inspiration to amuse. Needed me a fuse. Universe sent me a curated dude who could build a track with feeling or boom, who could hang with any doctor, Dre to doom. He's in tune, down to the zoom of what this culture is when you walk inside the room. At this point, it's safe to assume Discreet been banging since he was in the womb.
He really put on a wild show tonight.
We outside.
So that is the first time this is the first time that we've all heard that track together, because we've all heard that track. But this is the first time we've all heard it together.
Definitely. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Well,
It sounded a bit better then for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a moment.
I'll tell you this, the beat hits. The beat.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think one of the challenges for me, this is one of the slower beats that I had ever done. So that was a little bit of a challenge for me. That was a change for me. But again, having individuals such as yourself, Discreet, to work me through the actual beat itself, or getting, with somebody like Van with his experience and expertise, being able to guide me through that recording and production process of it. Extremely helpful. And I think that's why it's important for people to listen, because at the end of the day, as an artist, I know what I want to come out of my mind, but that's only one part of it. That's only one part of it. And I need to be able to listen if I'm truly, really wanting to get the true fullness, I guess you could say, or authenticity out of that track that I'm looking for. And I think, I think you guys very much helped me accomplish that on this one.
Hell yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Ron. No, thank you.
Can
you still hear me?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. No. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Trying out the Wi-Fi then. Oh, it does not want to know. I just hope I don't run out of 5G.
Yeah, you'll be good. But I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to that song all week. That's one of the next songs that I actually, when I go perform next, that I want to perform. So I've definitely just been getting it down. Man, it's one of my favorites, dude. So it's that one or Origin Story, and it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough for me to.
When you're performing live, are you just playing the track with your vocals and then singing over it?
I've done that thus far. However, I am not. I do not want to do that going forward. I prefer just to go over the beat with just my vocals, not going over the track.
Right. That might be something that I can send you, like, track with just background vocals or something, so that or like obviously for Letter to the West, like with just Sasha in the chorus and leave out the verses and maybe just leave the overdubs and just take out the lead vocal for you, so that you can perform the lead vocal live and then the rest can be on the track. Would give you a little more authenticity on your live set.
I agree. So yeah,
I really don't like seeing rappers live when they are just rapping over their CD. It's kind of lame to me.
I could appreciate that. I could appreciate that. I know, Van, when we were going through the production, some of the bars you had questions on, I took care of in the moment for you, and the lyrics. Discreet, anything stand out to you? Anything make you think like, what was he saying there? Or any references that stood out to you at all?
I've heard it
well
enough, you know. I love the shout outs to illness as well, not just me.
Oh.
But what I was gonna say is, Van, talking about your live performances, have you got the next one lined up anytime soon, or anything on the horizon, or ideas?
Tonight, we'll see. I might go out tonight.
What? What did you just say?
I don't have the earbuds in.
Okay, see, you hear that?
Maybe
Wondr Mic performance.
You got recorded again.
There's an opportunity.
So
of course. I'll selfie.
Damn, that's a surprise.
So we'll see. But nah,
I wouldn't expect them.
And I'll tell you what, it would be this song. I don't know if this is gonna be the song that's gonna be released, but it would be this song getting performed.
Both of them, if you can.
I know we still got to talk about Origin Story too, but that one was a fun. That one was a fun track for me. Overall, it was a fun track. I love it. I love the way it goes, and there was the challenging part for me too at the end of the first verse, where the beat completely drops out, or at least some of the heaviness drops out, and it's just like, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Honestly, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, Van.
Like a breakdown.
There you go. Yeah. And like I had to still keep the flow going without what I was hearing before. So, especially back then, 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Them bits sound really good though sometimes, I think. When all the low end cuts out and then they're still rapping.
Well, it was new. Shit. It was a very new experience to me. And I listened to music a lot differently then than I do now. So it was quite an experience, but I'm very happy with how that came out for sure.
And all the other way around, keeping all the low end in and taking out all the highs, just cutting it out for a few moments.
Yeah, just for
you do it in the right place. It sounds awesome.
We did that in custom. I should say Van did that in custom made as well at one point, which was very dope as well. But that's for another live. We're not here to talk about custom made. Yes, it is. We're next gonna talk about Origin Story.
I love custom made.
So this is what we're.
That's one of my favorites.
It's We Outside versus Origin Story. What am I going to release next? Or will I release both? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But this one was, it's funny, Discreet, because this was the first track that we played, I think the second morning that we were recording, Van, in our 3-day. I did the math. We put like 43 hours in 3 days. It was wild.
It was long
but it was the first track of the last day that we were going to be working together in Colorado. And Van played it. I was coming out of my room because I stayed with Van and his family, which again, very grateful for. And I'm coming into the studios. Van's getting everything going, and he's like, he looked over at me, bro. He's like, "Yo, I don't even know remember what you said, Van, but I know you ended up sharing a song that had similar feeling and foundation to it.
Oh yeah,
like literally like the first bar almost or something like that."
Yeah, dude, it was literally almost identical. Like I was like, this is almost the same as this rap I did back like 20 years ago. And I played it for him, and he's like, dude, this is so close.
It was wild. And I never heard that before. I never heard that track before. But Origin Story for me, I think was important because it's literally, I think, my whole entire life at this point, kind of in literally a nutshell. Because literally the first bar is 313, 1981, Mr. and Mrs. Palaver, you have a new son.
Yes.
So I literally go from the beginning and kind of everything that subtle hints on how life has hit me in certain ways, or different experiences I've had in life, or how I outlook life or relationships or something like that as well. So I think it's just an ode to my life, and up to that point, really, because I had to start somewhere. And with my experiences the last couple of years, not just with music but in life in general, I've kind of had like a new fresh start almost, if you will. So that's really where the foundation and the title of Origin Story came from. I was kind of like taking that 40 some odd years of my life and always taking everything with it that came out of it, but leaving it where it's meant to be, and that's in the past. You know what I mean? Because it's a new start for me. So that's how that came about. I sat on that. Well, I didn't sit on this beat for long because Discreet, this is one of the first beats that you actually ever sent me, like in 2020. And I wrote immediately to it. I didn't write the whole thing. I did finish writing it probably within the last like week to two before I came up to Colorado to record it. But I had about 70% of it done. And yeah, this is what we ended up getting for Origin Story. So yeah, if y'all are ready, Van, make sure to check me on the volume. I need to be checked on the volume again. But here we go. Origin Story. So this is option B. Are we releasing We Outside that we already listened to, or are we going to listen to Origin Story or release Origin Story? Let's find out.
313, 1981. Mr. Mrs. Plover, you have a newborn baby son. Have you ever known the feeling of being number one? Pressure so much, create diamonds. Budding as the new branch has uncertainties. Any which way it's bagged, I hustle, you see. Been unemployed, I flipped 20 grand a week. I was dispensing weed before dispensaries. This is not Hollywood, I'm no actor, but you're learning my story. Chapter by chapter, script don't matter, nothing else a factor. If you add it all up, it's the math I'm after. Shattering numbers while hanging from the rafters. Opposition to fear is filled with laughter. My universe, let's say I'm the master. It's Mike's Wonderland, and I'm the Mad Hatter. I am who I am, I'll be who I be. Hello everybody, I'm the one at MIC. Place of origin is 203, better known by some as BPT. Hustleville, homie, with a mob of gangs kill. You want real life? Well, come get your fill. If you didn't know, now you know the deal. Only truth's here, I keep it real. Friend to the end, make no mistake. Vision in the grass, I see camouflage snakes. I dissipate hate, holla if you relate. I've done 100 in the past with no breaks. Cut other parts off through these years, that despite any tear, have no fear. Fuck death, fear, failure, this much is clear. That is flavor I'm kicking in your ear. Faced off at the most catastrophic of times. Being self-aware gave me enough lifelines. Leader of the new school when I bust these rhymes. On this quote, keep on swinging or be left behind. Life is a cunt when you feel there's no escape. Just look her in the eye, commence prison break. Life waits for nothing, that's my hot take. Just gave you a blank check, now go to the bank. I am who I am, I'll be who I be. Hello everybody, I'm the one at MIC. Place of origin is 203, better known by some as BPT. Hustleville, homie, with a mob of gangs kill. You want real life? Well, come get your fill. If you didn't know, now you know the deal. Only truth's here, I keep it real. Product of an immigrant and glorified waitress. Greatness from small things, hard work and patience. Any storm I face, simple explanation. Bison to the cow when the weather hits the plains. Kid, run straight to the eye for what I believe. Shit I've encountered, you cannot conceive. Some was expected, some was being naive. Without challenge, this life is not achieved. Filled with great joy, forever dragon slaying. When my time expires, I'll be ready for the weigh-in. So when this seed that grew to hickory drops its final leaf, know it lived happily. The name of the game is legacy. If you can't stand on your name, you're broke eternally. Physically gone, no one forgetting me. See you at the gates, I'll be sipping Hennessy. I am who I am, I'll be who I be. Hello everybody, I'm the one at MIC. Place of origin is 203, better known by some as BPT. Hustleville, homie, with a mob of gangs kill. You want real life? Well, come get your fill. If you didn't know, now you know the deal. Only truth's here, I keep it real.
Yeah.
I prefer that one. I definitely do.
It's a good one.
It's always been one of my favourites, and yeah, that's just reaffirmed it.
It's your story, man. So I like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think B.
Yeah, man. I like that one. I want to get that one out there immediately. Honestly, if I'm being honest.
You should.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you too. Like I did not like I said obviously before we played it that I finished writing it probably the last like week or two leading up to when I was going out to Colorado. I barely like rehearsed that one before I went to the studio with Van. It was just
that's good.
I mean,
did have to do a little bit of some rewrite stuff on that one.
Yeah,
to get the cadences right.
Right.
And there was a couple spots I remember we were struggling to get, like, because I changed your cadence on you and you just couldn't figure it out, and it took us a little while, but we finally got it. But
yes.
yeah, I do remember
Yeah,
that one we struggled with.
that's
a little
teamwork.
bit, but it all ended up coming out awesome.
It did, and I think it you know, I feel, I mean, again, at the end of the day, any music that we make is for ourselves anyways, and you know, the way I wanted to tell my story, I think it really, for me, it hit.
That's one of the things I love about you, Mike. It's like Van was saying that, like Van made you switch your cadence a little bit, and you struggled, but you overcome it. Like you come everything.
Right.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, well, again, it's no different than what I was talking about earlier. Like you've got to work with people that are around you, because I'm trying to have something come out of my head in the best way possible to translate as best as possible.
And then it gets flipped on you. You've got to like get your head around it again.
You know,
but not a lot of people could do that.
Well, you know, and at the end of the day, too, I don't care how long that, you know, I may end up, you know, recording for. So let's say it's 10 months down the road, 10 years down the road, whatever. Like if I only continue to write bars and get on the mic and that's all I do, and that's cool. But at the same time, who am I? And I mean this with all fucking truth. Who am I in 10 years if I've only done that and I haven't done the production and things that Van has done? I haven't done the beat making production that you have done. Discreet. I would be naive, I think is the best way to put it, as an artist, if I'm not listening to what you guys have to say and what your feedback is for me to collectively make the best story possible with what we have to work with. You know what I mean?
I've just realized all this time I've not had my lights on. Is that better?
Dude, that's so much better.
Yes.
You're actually not transparent
anymore.
You've been kind of transparent the whole time.
I just looked up, I was like,
the last time. Yeah, and then now that you say that, he looked like that dude Powder from that movie Powder.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you only just realized.
Too funny.
It's getting late, and I got up very early. I'm not tired as I usually am, but it's been a long day.
What time is it over there in the UK right now?
It's 20 to 11.
So that's where I'm at. I'm at. If I have to pick one, I'm at Origin Story. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, man.
I am.
It's a tough call because We Outside is dope too, and it is also the name of this fucking podcast, so it needs to come out at some point too. And man, I think I mentioned it last week to you. Why not just put them out, both of them out? Like maybe you should just drop them both.
Maybe.
Discreet.
What's Mike gonna do?
Thoughts?
I mean, overall, I would say Origin Stories.
I agree,
but
Origin Story is a better song for sure. But it's a tough call.
What do you want to do, Mike?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I kind of want to release them both. And Van and I spoke last week. We're doing a video to Origin Story. We're doing a video to Origin Story.
Awesome.
That's 100 motherfucking %. So I gotta work that out with timing. with Van and, you know, work that shit out. But I honestly, Van, I think we keep it simple, bro.
Yeah.
I think we keep it very, very simple. I mean, you and I will kind of talk, you know, more in depth, and obviously, you know, whatever is said now or tomorrow, or it might change when we actually get there. But I think very, very simple. I'm thinking like fucking black and white, just like me, man.
Oh man, I like the sound of that already.
Just me sitting in a
I've not seen a black and white music video
pictures
for
of
a
my
while.
life and shit like in the background.
Yeah,
But simple, fucking simple. It's just a fucking simple story, man. This is who the fuck I am. This is how I think. And literally, yeah, when I die, whenever the fuck that is, yeah, I could die right now on this live cast. I'd be happy because you know, I've got people like you in my life, and for me, it's always about the quality of my life. I got a beautiful family. I'm doing what I love today, and I have been doing so for a long time. Like, what, man? I don't fucking need anything else, honestly. Like, it's a simple fucking story, man. Like, and that's the legacy that I hope to leave. Like, do whatever the fuck you want in life. Take fucking control, and don't let anybody tell you any motherfucking differently. And I think that's the message that I'm conveying to myself. But to everybody else, you know, when I'm gone, whether you knew me or not, this is who the fuck I was.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, bro, I've got so many, like, my imagination's going crazy with this video, just off you saying black and white.
Me too. And the photos, I instantly have this image of like being in a room with a bunch of old photos of like childhood that are like all like on Polaroids that are all hanging by strings like around you
on a washing line.
That would be dope if we could figure something
out. It's funny you say that, because we went to the Science Museum today, and they had a part where they had like the mirror maze, but it's a science museum, so they had it with like crazy lights going on. And bro, I like that, because I kind of like got that experience today being in something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Fuck it. We'll drop them both.
Do it.
Wicked.
Do it.
When?
Immediately. I'll get off this live, and I'll go I'll call DistroKid and be like, 59 minutes.
I'm gonna dial them up. Hey, release these.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And yes, I know it's Friday, almost 5 o'clock, even here in Oklahoma, but I'm gonna make some.
It's release day. That's what I'm saying.
It gets me anywhere. I don't know. Why not? But if not in 59 minutes after this live Discreet, then, you know, whenever they allow. But I'll go put them both up as soon as we get out. I'll get them up today. I got to make sure I get all my shit in order to probably put that out there. But yeah, I've also decided that I'm just gonna fucking release an EP as well. So,
awesome.
And I've come up with an official title of the EP as well. So I'm ready. I got to do some cover artwork, which I'll do myself, but 6 tracks. I'm going to do 6 tracks. And then that's going to be that. And all the tracks that I had, because I probably still have another shit, Van, outside of these 6. I mean, we recorded, I think, 10 together, give or take, some shit like that. 9 or 10.
9. I think we did
9, 10, including that other one.
10, including
I laid out of the blue, which that was dope. That's another story for another day.
I just opened that shit up a couple weeks ago.
Will you send it to me? Because it's funny. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, yo, I've not. I heard it maybe the once after I laid it.
Right.
Is this something I've heard?
I don't know if you've heard it, Discreet.
You haven't heard it. Nobody's heard it but me.
This is such a story. This is such a music story too, honestly.
Dude. Yeah. So I think we got off on the tangent of like some of the shit that I tracked back in the day. I was playing Mike a bunch of songs that I tracked, some hip hop stuff I did like in my 20s, like almost 20 years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. I was really into doing some hip hop and writing some rhymes and making beats and doing that whole thing on the side of like the music, the band that I had, I was like, I can do hip hop. Like I got inspired to just do it. And me and my buddy Aaron were writing some hip hop songs and making beats and doing some tracks. And it was fun. It wasn't something that I ever took very seriously, but I think after specifically after Origin Story, or before Origin Story, when we started it, the lyrics to this of Origin Story were so similar to a song that I did called Life. And it literally starts like 2 hours before Super Bowl, little Van was entered in this world. 1984. Like I literally like I put in the date, like what time I was born, like all the stuff that he says in Origin Story. Like I pretty much have the same lyrics, just about me instead.
No way.
And I was like, dude, this is so close to like a song that I wrote like a long time ago. And I played it for him. He's like, dude, this is so sick. And then we were taking a break. I played a few more for him. And then I was talking about, I was like, I made a beat like really recently for some guy that he never ended up using it. And I was like, it's pretty sweet. Do you want to hear it? And I played it for him, and instantly he was like, I have lyrics for this. He was like, when we're done, let's get this fucking down. And it was like, it was probably,
well, yeah, because honestly,
we called it. We were like, we're done with the record.
You shut down the studio.
We were like, done. And then he was like, you know what, bro? I still have more in the tank. I want to go lay down this verse on that beat you have.
And we had already worked 43 hours Discreet.
And we were done. Like we had been tracking for 2 days fully straight, plus doing a music video the first day. We were like done. And then it was like, we're not done. Like we've got one more verse to do. And it was like, okay, let's get in there and do it. Like, fuck it. And it ended up turning out really dope. I was listening to it just literally last week, and I was like, when are we gonna finish this? Or like, what? I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, when
I was thinking about it,
what are we gonna do with this?
Bro.
Like, we need to get it to Illness. We're probably thinking about it at the same time. Like that's how the universe works, right? But yeah, we need to get it over to Illness, right? And he needs to spit his verse.
Yeah, I gotta wait on him. I gotta talk to him, see where he's at. I know he's been doing very minimal music at this point in time. So yeah, I'll have to get with him, make sure he's good to go, and get that taken care of. But yeah, that's the next step. Yeah, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it since literally that night.
Man, man. I want to hear it as it is so far.
In the same boat, Discreet.
Right? You don't even remember it anymore at this point.
No, nope. All I remember is I have a bar about people sitting in their high towers or something like that, and that is specifically a dig to Jared Hightower, who Illness. Shout out to again our brother Illness would know exactly what I'm talking about, but that was an exact direct dig at this dude named Hightower. His last name was Hightower. So that's what we're still coming up with a complete title for the song, but we talked about Fake Friends season. I liked
Fairweather Friends is what I have it.
Fairweather Friends. There you go. Fairweather Friends. That's what it was. Thank you. And I still like that, I think, so far as
I like it. I think it's an awesome title.
That one's my favorite, if I'm being honest.
As far as the title,
I want to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that title is very fitting for it. I think that's a lyric in the song also, or
yeah, I believe so. I think you might be right.
I don't know. I can't remember at this point.
Because like it was one of those things because we had been working so long and my mind, like I just went up and like just did. I just did. Like I don't remember doing, you know what I mean? It's like you've seen this movie.
I feel like you were a little inebriated by then too. I think you had been eating some gummies and you were like super inspired.
I can neither confirm nor deny because I don't remember putting this verse down. But it was like Frank the Tank in Old School, like when he got up at the end and like gave that little like blah blah blah, like that's what it kind of like felt like to me. And then you were just like, yo, this came out pretty fucking dope. I was like, all right.
Awesome. That is awesome. You guys still there?
Yeah, man. Mike is frozen.
I wondered what had happened. Mike's gone,
He's
not
like,
us.
just
I thought
frozen.
I'd be the first to go. Let it go.
What is happening?
This happened a couple days ago, and I think he got back on somehow. But
He's the host, though, so like, what happens if he
I
gets
know.
out? Like, how does that happen?
Exactly. I think if Mike goes, we all go.
Oh,
and he's gone.
But we're still here.
It's left us. I think it's because we've got the link.
Okay.
But he'll be back, I'm sure.
I started like playing the track in Pro Tools, and I don't know if it like screwed up something.
Sorry.
There you are.
Sorry.
Like you froze like this.
My Wi-Fi kicked out, so I connected to my phone just to be on the safe side.
Oh man.
Talking about that, I'm going to see how my Wi-Fi is. Hopefully.
So we just moved chairs. We played musical virtual chairs.
I'm on top.
There you go. I don't know what I missed. So I'm just, hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, we were
Nothing.
just like,
we just wondered why you left,
and you were just like.
I've returned.
I started playing the track. I don't know if I could even share it on my side. I have no way of knowing how to do that.
You would have to go to music if you have a music tab off on your right-hand side. There should be where there's like it says design, captions, QR codes, music.
No.
Yeah,
I don't have anything
I don't know.
on my side. You're in control of all that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you could try and send it to me if you want. But we could play. I'm very curious to hear it. Now that we're talking about it, I'm very curious to hear that verse. We're gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, origin story and We Outside. I've got the cover art for both of them, so all I gotta do is literally upload it.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of first tracks, Letter to the West. Hey man, I've been listening to this one a lot over the last couple of days as well. I really love this track for just what the fuck it is. And I love the video van that we ended up shooting.
Came out so good.
Yo, this whole track, again, talking about the universe, like I just had lyrics coming into the studio. Sasha came in, you know, she didn't even have what the chorus was going to be. And man, yo, she killed it. And her harmonies and melody. Yo, like I had people all the time ask me, yo, like, where did this come from? Or what pack did you use? Or what? I'm like, yo,
the chorus?
That's a real life motherfucking human being. That's a real life motherfucking. So shout out to Sasha Stone because I will be the.
It literally does sound like some kind of sample, like or old school like sample. That it's.
I have got loads. Of them who sound just like Sasha in my computer, like ab libs and all them sort of like 8-bar loops of just women like, oh, I can't sing, but you know what I mean.
Exactly. To actually have real, like we actually recorded all those vocals in the studio was so dope to actually be able to do that. That was awesome. And it came out so good. That song is so good. I love it so much. And the video is so sick. It came out good as well. It is like all the colors and shit.
Top class
so
video.
Awesome.
It was. We found some good shots. We were down in the Rhino district in Denver, and we hung out there for what, maybe 3 or 4 hours, Van. Like we got everything.
I don't even think it was.
No, we were 2 hours there. Then we shot up to Loveland.
I feel like, yeah, it was like 3 hours max we were there
we were in and
filming.
out.
And it was all within like
Awesome.
a 2-block radius, like, or less. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was all of those shots were all in literally one block almost. Just so
It
many
really
different places
captured.
that were like, this is perfect. Like this is like literally downtown LA. Like it felt so
Exactly.
like so perfect for it, that everything.
It does. It captured the vibe of the song
Hell yeah,
perfectly.
it did.
Nah, it was fucking perfect. I loved it. It was funny though, Discreet. I'm not sure if I told you this or not, but like when we went out, like this is the first time that I'm shooting a video. So of course, not first time I'm shooting a video with Van. First time I'm shooting a music video with Van. So I didn't know. Well, and music video, honestly, at the same time. So like, I didn't know what to expect. So we're in this busy section. It's a Sunday, beautiful weather out. People are out like a motherfucker. Van pulls out his speaker, and Van's had this on the job site with us before, so I know how loud this motherfucker gets. I'm like, yo, bro, what's that for? And he's like, oh, yeah, you know what it's for. I was like, oh. And so like, you know, it hit. And then I was like, all right, bro, well, you're here, bro. You got to do it. So, yo, fell right into it. It was a hell of a lot of fun. You know, we talked to some people along the way as well. It was dope. Then we shot up. After we shot in that area, we went up north to where me and the family used to live before we moved to Oklahoma City. And we hooked up with somebody else that we used to work with and his sons. So shout out to Darren and his sons. His son actually played the younger version of me in the video. And I got, and it leads me to say this right now. One of my favorite parts of the video is when the younger because we ended up having to share clothes to make the shot happen where we're both wearing the same literally clothes down to like the Timberlands and the hat and everything. We had to swap out clothes with the younger version of me. So, and then
I never even realized that. I'm gonna have to watch it back.
I mean, the hat
where it like goes into the jersey and then it backs out and it's Mike. We'll see in a minute.
I didn't even realize they were wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, go back. It happened so quick, but it was done so well, and it was dope because I told Van that was my initial idea. Like, how can we make something like that work? And that's what I like about working with Van. Yeah. Van is gonna find a way to fucking make something work, make that vision work. If it's literally realistic, right? I can't tell Van just to pull. Oh, actually, I probably could tell Van just to pull a dragon out of the sky at this point, and he could.
It reminds me of that time where you're like, "Can you add balls to this video?" And then, then I ended up adding balls.
Yeah.
I was looking at that video coincidentally the other day, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Because it was when we were dancing. We were dancing, I think. And, oh man, too much.
You're like, we're juggling days or something, and then
it was on a Cinco de Mayo or some shit. I don't remember.
We're juggling job sites or something like that, and then you're like, "Yo, can you add some balls into the video later?" And I'm editing it later. I'm like, I'm gonna be able to add some balls in there. I'm gonna do that.
We made it work. But no, that was a dope experience. Putting that all together, it was fun. We gotta do another one. Yeah. It'll be origin story. So yeah, ideas will start flowing from that as they already have through the three of us. I just realized I could share my screen, but I don't know what it's going to look like. Oh, shit. Great.
Oh, your performance.
No. Van just sent me something that I'll be able to I'll be able to upload. All right, let's give me a second. But while I'm saying that, I just got really excited. Download. Wow.
That's loud.
All right, let's close out. You guys are welcome to keep talking. I'm just trying to download this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I heard it. Whatever you're playing.
Yeah, that's what I did too. It came out quite loud.
Oh, I can't hear you now for some reason.
Can't you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're gone.
Oh, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
But I can't. Maybe, oh, I
Can
know.
you hear
I'm
me?
playing. All right, you guys go ahead and talk, and I'll be here.
Yep.
All right.
I'll be back.
Can you both hear me?
I can hear you, buddy. Can you hear me?
Oh, cool. Yep, I can hear you.
Definitely got a bit of a delay going on, though.
Yeah, I definitely have. I seem to have this every time we're on this stream. It's not too bad. It's about a second, I think. But
Yeah.
if it was like 4 or 5 seconds, it'd be really annoying. But luckily, I can't hear the delay, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, me neither, which is great. I'm glad that that's not the case. Or it would be.
And just as I'm watching on screen now, I'll move or say something, and then it reacts on the screen about a second later.
Yeah, your lips are not matching.
Any more than that, I think it'd be any more than that, I think it'd be a bit distorting.
Right.
Okay.
Right. There you go.
You can. Oh, okay. I can hear you. Okay, cool.
All right.
I think when I downloaded the track and it automatically started playing on my computer, I think it muted me or some shit. Well, not muted me, or cut off the volume so I can hear the music.
Right.
So Fair Weather Friends is loaded.
Oh shit.
Discreet.
Oh
Shall
damn.
we play? Van,
Let's
shall
hear
we?
it.
It's just like the verse,
Yeah.
so it starts like a little bit into the song, but
It's
let's do it.
So
Right.
we'll listen. We'll listen. Raw vocals, raw beat, just something literally after Van. It was literally what 43 hours or some shit.
Yeah.
Like we had just shut down the studio after 43 hours, and we not fucking
Yeah.
going in for this. So I've not heard this in we're in October. 5 months. It's been about 5 months. Heard this. So
Damn.
let's see what we
5
did.
months ago?
Yeah, bro.
Damn, dude.
It was the end of May. 4.5.
This
5
year
months.
has gone by so fast.
No
bro.
shit, bro. No
Yeah.
shit.
Every year goes quicker.
It's been,
Truth. Well, let's see what we came up with after 43 hours, a music video, editing that music video, the majority of it, recording about which seemed like 6 or 7 songs and some other shit. Let's all right, I'm pressing play.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
You know what?
What?
The vocals aren't going to be in that. I just realized because because those vocals were not bused to the mix bus. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, do your thing.
There's no vocals in vocals in that. I just literally realized because when you were playing it back, I was like, there should be vocals happening, and it wasn't. So
cool.
Yeah, I just realized.
Well, I'm glad we ended up getting this because as you were getting that to me, I remember what I was saying now. I can share my screen, but I don't know if that's going to share my volume on a video either which way, honestly.
I see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
sharing your screen but won't share the volume.
I don't know. That's my thought. I haven't shared a screen in fucking forever long.
Wonder, as far as the video is concerned, right? If it'll come out.
I mean, in theory, I can play the track as well, but that's asking me to do too many things. Talk to you guys, press 2 different things at once to make it works out.
It'll be synced up, most likely.
Exactly, that too. Even if I got it perfectly clicked at the same time. That's one of the nuances that I got to learn about this shit. But worst case scenario, people can go to the YouTube channel and watch the Wondr Mic Letter to the West video.
Right.
Produced
exactly.
Mr. Discreet, the alien himself. Mixed everything.
Thank you. I enjoyed that.
I mean, shit. I mean, Van, you also pretty much structured what that song was going to look like as well. When it comes down to it, because we had.
It's funny because when I was first making that track, I almost started again.
I remember that.
As I was building it, and then I remember thinking, no, this is the right vibe, Rob. Let's keep with it.
It was perfect because for me, it was what I was looking for as far as that West Coast vibe, but with your twist on it.
Yeah.
And it was
as soon as
awesome.
that first whatever beat sample or whatever you use, it's like so West Coast that it's
It was, yeah,
It's like that.
exactly. I knew it was West Coast, but I think I had a moment where I thought, can I find something better? But then I decided, no, this is the one.
Yeah.
So no, you hit the nail on the head there, man. I love that track. And it was again a very fun video to shoot. Very fun video.
It's expert, like it's so pro, that video.
Oh, Van did his damn thing.
Man, like you should do more, Bam. You really should.
I actually have a music video shoot on Tuesday.
Awesome. I'll share it. Well, I expect you will share it. I can't wait to see it.
Definitely. It's like a pop punk Paramore style band.
Oh, wicked!
It should be awesome. I'm excited.
Paramore's always good.
Yeah, they're awesome band, and they're called Casually Committed. They've have one other track that they released a few months ago. So this will be the second one. It's going to be sweet.
Awesome.
It's songs about like it's mostly about like driving in the car, and so I feel like we're going to be doing some car shots, and it may be pretty sweet.
Awesome. Sounds like it's going to be a good video.
Yes, it should be good.
Man, Van, what I really enjoyed about like the actual shoot itself was like just making sure that you were bringing the energy out and what had to be, making sure you were getting what needed to be had for the shot itself, from like not just the shot itself, but from the nonverbal language, right? And that's very important.
Definitely.
So and again, knowing Van for as long as I've known Van, it was very easy to shoot with him, but it was fun, man. It was so much fun. We just let loose. We had a good fucking time out there, bro.
Yeah, man. And it wasn't like super like serious. Like we just kind of, it was run and gun. We didn't have a ton of planning. Like like, you know what?
No.
Like, let's shoot one over here.
Sometimes that's the best.
This background's tight. Let's do one right here. And then like just play the song, did a couple takes, moved on to the next location, and just continued on spot by spot, just walking around this neighborhood being like, would this be cool here? It was like, we did one where it was like in front of a fucking liquor store, and it was like, this looks so good. The bars on the windows, like, I think this is so LA looking. Like, let's do one right here. And it was awesome. So everything made sense from because we had been talking about this for weeks, if not longer. Honestly, we had started literally working on it as far as the non shot parts, for the video, all the background B-roll, is that what it's called, Van? Your B-roll or whatever, that you're going to put in. So this had already been worked on and talked about. So I think it definitely helped. So again, Van, is coincidental. We talked about this when you were outside with us as our first guest back 5 months ago. The work about, putting into pre-production, even if it's just that your thinking process, writing shit down, just having a really solid idea of what you want, because I don't necessarily, we run and gun, but we had a very solid idea of what we were looking for. Right. But again, and some of the other shots we had for sure ideas about, it was like, it was the performance stuff that was definitely just kind of on in the moment.
Yep.
And then the rest of we filled in, like we knew what we wanted. And put it all together. That beat is up and ready now with vocals in it. If you wanted to,
did you send it to me?
Yeah. Well, it's the same link. You'll just have to re-download it.
Okay. I got you. All right. Messages.
But yeah, that was just so much fun. I really enjoy. That was also the first time I used my new gimbal. Here you go.
All right.
Hear it.
You actually do you hear that pretty clearly?
It it's kind of distorted sound.
Okay, then all right, then
Because you're probably just playing it through your speakers.
Yeah,
right?
just give me a second. It'll take all of like 15, 20 seconds to get uploaded.
But yeah, well, that was the first time I shot with that new gimbal that I bought. I like bought that literally for that video shoot, and it ended up being pretty awesome. All those shots are so steady, and the colors were so good in that. They're so colorful in that, all the background.
All right,
and I noticed that it's a very vibrant video as well.
Yeah, I love all the colors going on in that video. You kidding me? It's dope. And then the throwback when we have the younger version of me, the those that just feel that like 80s kind of feel that.
All right, because I took like all desaturated it and make it like vintage looking.
Yeah,
so
there you go. That's the word I was looking
for. That's awesome, man. Knowing that you put that effect to it.
Yep.
All right, it's loaded.
All right, let's hear it.
Fair weather friends. Again, I haven't heard this in 5 months. This was after 43, 44 hours, 3 days worth of work.
Right. And there's like no like vocal effects. It's pretty dry.
It's just raw. Just
it hasn't been fully edited.
Rough take.
Let's see what it is. All right.
What's the question? What's the blessing? Knowledge in my possession. Back to the future got me offset tripping. Dozens of amigos been left in the distance. Necessary evil, oral disposition. Neither are instant, I'm hitting, so listen. Take this for instance in a juxtaposition. What's the price of admission to be there in a minute? Provide wealth infinite, Master P, no limit. Flip side is a bad fly, poker, no limit. White light to the glass reveals colors, don't forget it. Really have to live in full comprehension. With some of these bitches, worst were prevented. Penny for your thoughts from wisdom of convention. Fuck fair weathers, both fingers extended. I'm half Tupac, I let you sleep on the couch. Half Eminem, I filled your kid's mouth. And I ain't salty or sour, I just simply devour the buffet line while they watch from my towers. If I had 24 hours, like Jack Bauer, all truly down for me, not them cowards. It's time for your flowers, for life's encounters. With all my love to give, you'll be showered. My life was always live for others. At the end of the day, it's your 24 hours.
Yeah.
No way. That beat, man, it's like proper 80s hip hop, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
It's a dope vibe. That's why as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
yeah, I wrote all of that beat. I did all of the, it was like no samples. Like that's all like my instrumental, my everything.
It's always loads better when you do a track like that. I made one for Mike just in the last week. You know, I can't remember what the track was called, Mike. Funky. I called it Funky. I just called it Funky, didn't I? That was just all little chops of little sounds. And, you know, I've not used any sound. It was all my own doing. And they make you feel so much better, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, like I literally like played all that on the piano. Like it was all like all notes I picked. Like everything was produced by me. Like there was none of the melody was made by me. Like
exactly.
Which was cool.
so, yeah, I heard it. I was like, yo, I love this. And yeah, like Van said earlier, I was like, yo, I literally got a verse. It was a little bit more than your typical verse, but I had a lot of shit to say about Fairweather. Clearly,
Isn't it?
I'm gonna run. You might have run back
considering 43 hours in.
Those lyrics, man. I was feeling those lyrics.
Right.
Discreet. What are your thoughts? Were you able to catch the lyrics? What were your thoughts initially? Running back.
Yeah, I loved it. It was like, yeah, after 40, you know, expecting you to be tired and probably not so sharp, you can tell you still had the energy to go even more.
Yeah, especially when it came to this motherfucking subject. It just hit me in the moment. I was like, that's why I was like, Van, I think we got to do this shit now. So, all right, we're going to run it back.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the question? What's the blessing? Knowledge in my possession. Back to the future got me offset the distance. Necessary evil, oral disposition. Neither are instant, I'm hitting, so listen. Take this for instance in a juxtaposition. What's the price of admission to be there in a minute? Provide wealth infinite, Master P, no limit. Flip side is a bad fly, poker, no limit. White light to the glass reveals colors, don't forget it. Really have to live in full comprehension with some of these bitches. Worst word prevention. Penny for your thoughts from wisdom of convention. Fuck fair where there's both fingers extended. I'm half Tupac, I let you sleep on the couch. Half Eminem, I fill your kid's mouth. And I ain't salty or sour, I just simply devour the buffet line wild day. Watch from my towers. If I had 24 hours, like Jack Bauer, all truly
We have
down
a
for
friend.
me, not them cowards. Time for your flowers for a life that encounters. With all my love to give, you'll be showered. My life was always live for others. At the end of the day, it's your 24 hours.
That's cool.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I really like those lyrics.
Yeah, man.
I got
Seriously, really pretty good.
I got
Like,
I got some bars
Isn't it?
in that
Yeah.
fucking 432 or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what it is, man. But
it was like, it
No.
was
Yes.
like 24 bars, I think.
24.
Yeah.
so yeah, I like that one.
That's cool. I do. You should definitely, if that's not, properly polished up, maybe you should.
Oh, it's got to be recorded. I got to find somebody else to get on it with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's all we have is one verse, and we don't have a chorus or anything yet. So it's a one
Just
for
verse.
next time.
Mm-hmm.
Finish
Definitely.
up, but
Yes. Absolutely. So which means we got to start on that
Yeah,
one.
great.
So we'll talk on that as well. But I've got Dead Battery going on. Not almost soon enough. So I want to give a heads up. Let's.
I'm on
We'll do
18.
we'll do like a 5-minute notice. I'm not gonna go plug in. Chelsea's doing tattooing. Chelsea actually gave herself her first tattoo, a big one on her leg the other day.
oh
And she's
damn.
actually in the process of designing something.
So which way did she do that out of interest? Did she do it upside down? Like to her upside down? So do you see what I'm saying?
100%. That's exactly how she did it.
Damn. So she tattooed it on her leg upside down. So obviously it's the right way up to me and you
Yep,
and
just below
whoever.
her knee.
That
And
is
her
skill.
cat going around literally from. She wrapped around maybe
That is skill.
66% of her leg
Jesus.
Flipping
below
hell,
her knee,
man.
like directly below her knee.
I mean, that's not just skill. That's like, you got to be careful doing that shit.
Right.
It's
And
pretty
to
gnarly,
be
but
able
she-
to like sit through doing it on yourself. Like,
Exactly.
whew.
Yeah, it
That's
was wild.
crazy.
It was wild. I came in just
I
like
only
peeped
seen
it.
that shit on Ink Master.
I think I'm most impressed with the fact she had to do it upside down.
It's wild, absolutely wild.
Isn't it?
So
Crazy.
I'm waiting for my next piece now. At this,
Draw it
I'm
upside down. That could be interpreted as she was upside down.
oh Christ! What do you guys got going on for the rest of the day? Well, Discreet, it's late. It's late. So
I'll
you're going
be
to sleep
going-
Going
soon
to
enough.
bed.
Next hour. In the next hour.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
I'm
Van, I know you had kind of a light day. What do you got going on?
just kicking it. Yeah, I've been kind of just dinking around down here today. Polishing up a mix, and I've got a song to track tomorrow with a band called So
Nice.
Help Me God. And then Sunday I'm
Wicked.
tracking just
Like that title.
a hip hop Team Skinny Guano. Just one of the members is coming in to
Awesome.
do a track on Sunday. And then next week I'm back at it doing some more mixing for the Nordic Daughter record. It's coming out pretty awesome so far. Got like 6
Wicked.
more songs to do, so
Oh yeah.
it's a daily grind. I'm a little behind right now. I had a really busy September, so it's kind of catch up
appreciate
time.
that.
So
can I ask you a quick question, Van? I know you're doing this full time now. Is it still, have you still got that feel good feeling of waking up and doing what you love as a job now, or is it sometimes is that pressure a little bit? Like you say, you're getting a little bit behind at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's like every day I'm waking up like excited to like what am I gonna do today? Like it's pretty awesome. I haven't been this far behind ever. I rarely have more than 2 songs in the tank at a time to be working on. So to have,
I suppose it's like a good headache,
right? It's
that makes sense. Yeah,
you know, like it's definitely, it can be a little stressful that I've got a lot of things on my plate at the moment, but I'm also like, I know I'll get to it and it'll be awesome. And it's just prioritizing like my time and figuring out when I'm going to get it done. But the nice thing is like Nordic Daughter isn't rushing me to get it done. So they don't plan on releasing it until next year anyways. So I've got some time to work on it, but it's still I still want to get it done off my plate, but I've got a lot of really awesome songs that I've worked on over the last month and a half, 2 months that I'm excited for people to hear. My mixes are sounding better than ever, and I just recently got some new monitors, so that's been
new toys,
making things even better.
I've got some new toys recently.
Nice.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. New toys are always fun.
Yeah, we all love our new music toys.
Yeah, it's the stuff I've been working on recently is sounding so good. I'm excited for everyone to hear what I've been working on for the last couple months. Today was a fun day for a release. 2 really dope tracks came out today, so definitely go check those out. My buddy's Author of Your Downfall. They just dropped a really, really dope instrumental. They're like an instrumental prog band. Really dope. Yeah. And then Apparition 1001 dropped a single as well. They're kind of like
Is that on your page as well, Van?
Yes, on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's on all 3 of those as far as my release day video. But yeah, you can go catch those songs on any streaming service, Spotify, Apple Music, all of those. But really 2 really dope songs.
Wicked. I'll go to your page first.
I know you're not much of a rock guy, but they're dope songs.
I appreciate it, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate that genre more than others, let's say.
Word.
Mm.
Good stuff. But yeah, it's so it was a good day filming my little release day video this morning and putting that together, and just Jaylee's not feeling so hot today, so she's been just kind of hanging out and but
she gets better soon.
She came down with the fever last night, but
damn,
that sucks. But yeah, they get all the love. She'll be taken care of. Everything will be well at the end of the day.
Exactly.
We'll definitely send our love her way, man, and to the whole family out that way, bro. Like, thank you again for everything, man. Like, not just, hopping on with us today, but again, all the help that you've had in, getting us and me as well, to the origin story versus We Outside debate, and the 2 tracks we had before that, and the Letter to the West video, and Fair Weather Friends. It's been a blast, man. I'm ready just to keep on going, because I'm gonna release the Full Circle EP here sooner than later. So everybody just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I'm immediately gonna go and drop Origin Story, and We Outside, because why not? Things are happening in Paris. As Van said, it's double release day. So now it's double pre-release day, Van. There you go.
Yeah.
Double.
So we just
double.
There we go. And we got to plan out that origin story video. So we got work to do, but we're working on an album is what that means. We're working on an album as well. And there's so much other shit going on in my life, man. It's a
Oh, yes. I've been working on another beat for you today, Mike,
yes,
as you know.
I'm excited. Well, I'm going to let you go, Discreet, so you can get to that. Van, we'll let you go so you can get back to family time since it's a little more chill for you today. Again, send our love and regards to Jay Lee and everybody there in the Verhoeven family household, bro.